to the replay. If you're on the replay, please leave something green in the comment section for me. I have like maybe hello. I have maybe a 10-minute reading that I want to do. I found a really I found an article that is an eclipse prediction by Starseed Astrology, and boy, oh boy, does it line up absolutely perfectly with what I intuited, what my prediction was, like what this eclipse is really going to be about. So I think that it would be fun to just do a little reading and have everybody, you know, listen to it, because it's just so hopeful. It makes me feel so good. I'm so excited about it. You're my kitty girl. You're my kitty girl. So I'm just going to give a couple more people to come in. Hey, I'm just going to give some time for a couple more people to come in, and then I'll start reading. I'll start reading this article that I found. Dude, this eclipse prediction that I found, I'm telling you guys, when you hear this, you're going to be like, oh, literally Heather has been saying literally all of this for like the last 2 weeks. Like, this is all the same crap Heather's been saying. It's crazy. And it's like a real astrological, like, charted prediction. So apparently, like, I'm intuiting something. And then I have to go outside and do firewood. I have to get a little bit of firewood for the night. She's a good kitty cat. Hello, hello. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get this going. All right, so what this total solar eclipse means from the this article is going to be from an astrological, spiritual, and worldly perspective as seen through like a Christian mystic lens. Okay, I'm telling you, this is literally like just the perfect. It's like astrological, metaphysical, Christian. Like, it's right on. You know, it's good. It's so good. All right, money. I love you, my baby. But I need you to not be jumping in front of the screen the entire time. Or if you're going to do that, just let me hold you. Okay. So, America has suffered greatly, and so has the whole world, because of the evil effects of our first ever Pluto return. But, I'm going to start over. Hold on a second. I'm going to try to get my lighting up better. Okay, there we go. Okay, Manny. Okay. America has suffered greatly, and so has the world, because of the evil effects of our first ever Pluto return, which happened just in 2022. But this April 8th, through the new moon total solar eclipse at 19 degrees in Aries, we will triumphantly enter our long-awaited first light time that will break the darkness of America's Plutonian dark night of the soul. Since time immemorial, Aries has been represented by a ram, of which the lamb is its innocent infant version. The 19th degree of Aries esoterically governs the blood of the lamb in a profound astro-spiritual sense. And since this eclipse is healing, or is a definite time of divine intervention, we predict great international themes of healing, rebirth, renewal, and transformation through the direct influence of the Good Shepherd. Because this eclipse will align perfectly to Chiron, one of the Father's celestial healing forces, it will create a powerful new healing effect on the earth that will save life from death while avenging many great ongoing evils. What this means for war. All right, money, come on. Aries is the zodiac house of war, and one might think that an eclipse in this house heralds new war. To those who intuit this way, we say you are right. This eclipse is a sign that heaven's war against satanic forces on earth will soon be escalating dramatically in favor of humanity, with Archangel Michael to have a shining role in the victories, defenses, and healing processes to come. The divine war against evil will escalate through the opening of cosmic seals at the 19th degree of Aries in governing firmaments across the globe. As these seals are opened, we will see tide-turning events manifesting against demonic militaries, subversive political and cultural aggressors, and those who have been conspired to damage the world through medical and economic means. This is an eclipse of reckoning and revenge according to the measurements and judgments of God. Holy fires will soon be burning in place of greatest need. What this means for healing. Paradoxically, this eclipse will also usher in a precious new wave of healing and reconstruction into our lives, as it will rarely occur in perfect conjunction to Chiron, the chief healing deity in the Olympic level of celestial government. A great amplification of Chiron's healing influence will be cast onto this world, including and especially in urgent, time-sensitive, life-saving ways. I had a vision of a doorway being opened before a dark human silhouette who was suffering. And when the door was open, bright light filled the door frame. The person walked through and successful healing was achieved on the other side. We will each be presented with new paths and means of definite God-blessed healing to accept. When the eclipse comes, simply walk through the doors that open to you. No one is spared, and all are invited into the new healing light. But also know that this is a fateful time to change and transform out of negative ways with health or bad habits that will impact you for the sake of healing and renewal. What this means for reconstruction. This eclipse will also usher in a 2-year cycle of economic reconstruction on the macro and micro levels. This influence can be seen through the semi-sextile that the eclipse will make to Jupiter and Uranus in Taurus, the two planets most chiefly connected to beneficial economic developments on Earth and for humanity. In our personal lives, we will be presented with new pathways of economic reconstruction that, if accepted, will lead to new economic stability, power, and potential. Unforeseen changes, transformations, and revelations will often drive new economic healing processes ahead. Although there will be Although there will be a certain financial earthquake this year, I encourage my readers to take heart that despite certain hardships ahead, a greater cycle of economic ascension is opening. Be patient with the process, as seeds cannot be rushed to bloom. But read the signs on the wall and go into the new ways of gold that God confirms. What this means for the military. As Aries governs the military dimension of life, we can expect dramatic, beneficial, and miraculous changes in this realm over the next 2 years. A process of Aryan alchemy that will prepare us for the world-transforming transits of Saturn and Neptune in Aries, which commence jointly on February of 2026. More specifically, this eclipse will affect a process of transformation that converts military missions from killing and chaos into defense and healing. We will see God's hand working through active forms of military crisis in the months ahead. Militaries have been exploited, abused, and used for evil, but this eclipse marks a time of pivotal change for the better. Secrets that have been contained or suppressed in the military sphere are soon to burst out into the global common. There are secret heroes we will learn about and secret missions that will be brought into light. Songs will be sung for the heroes unknown. What this means for the powers that be. The blood of the Lamb degree of Aries resonates with new powers and new transformations that occur through their bestowal or acquisition. People who serve God and the collective good of humanity will be receiving new powers over the next 2 years in such ways that amplify the success of their work, their ability to heal, and their spiritual mission on Earth. Courage and leadership, two classic virtues of Aries, must be developed and expressed at higher levels as the new powers come and as planetary transits advance. A stripping of power will also be experienced by the demon class on Earth who have abused power in cruel, subversive, and evil ways. Inner powers that have laid dormant will be activated by the eclipse magic, while necessary healings for full power manifestation will occur. Divine experiences with new healers will abound as a new environment of medical discovery, success, and innovation will take life. How does Nineveh play into this? It is true that this eclipse will trace over 8 Ninevehs in the United States and Canada when it comes, so we think that God is calling global attention to the historical Nineveh, an ancient Assyrian capital that scholars have accurately described as a mighty kingdom of war, terrorism, cruelty, bloody victories, and sudden defeat. We think that this eclipse signals the doom of the modern-day Nineveh, whose location we will leave for our readers to intuit. They mean Israel. The fall of Israel. Here are the states where Nineveh is located in the United States: Indiana, Missouri, New York, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Texas, and Virginia. There is also a Nineveh in Nova Scotia. In ancient times, God overthrew this demonically warlike kingdom of darkness, and we think that this will happen again. The story of Nineveh teaches us that God has full power over evil and that he does justice and revenge in his wise time and his own way. We think that this Aries eclipse marks such a time, and we welcome it. How does this regard to your enemies? We further predict that this eclipse will have devastating effects on satanic leadership with emphasis on upper echelon hierarchies, organizations, and personnel. We see the heads of serpents being slashed off their bodies, with the Aries eclipse being symbolized by a sword that is held by an extremely powerful heavenly figure. We are going to see great turmoil within their ranks, to the extent that profound forms of surrender, confession, and cooperation begin to happen in dramatic ways that turn the tides of global war and the quest for control. There are leaders and controllers on the dark side that we are not fully aware of, but this eclipse will bring those certain leaders, networks, and hierarchies of Satan to light, a process which will precede crushing defeats on their hideous side. We'll be able to see the spiritual warfare and the great new clarity and awe through the alchemy of this eclipse. Now we see a board. They are checkmated. How this can mean rebirth. Rebirth of the self for the good and divine is a major eclipse theme to be aware of. This eclipse will usher in great new energy and momentum that should be used to advance next level personal changes and transformations that advance healing, empowerment, enrichment, spirituality, and positive global impact. We sense that we should all be focused on rising above things that have confined or restricted us, especially on the personal, spiritual, and psychological levels, so that we conquer our shadow and transform into our highest self like a phoenix rising from the ashes of the old. This is a time to reclaim and project personal power on individual and concentrated collective levels to advance divine global change. Warrior, leader, and trailblazer transformations are part of this. Divine callings of leadership are coming. Be strong, confident, and faithful if and when your time comes. Also, be ready to recognize and receive your new battle buddies. Hey, thank you so much. Thank you for the super chat. You're so welcome. How this can mean for immunities. The 19th degree of Aries has a mystical connection to poisons and immunities. So we predict great activity on these levels in the months ahead, with emphasis on new poison awareness, defense, and eradication, as well as the development of wonderful new immunities through processes of science, spirit, magic, and mystery. Go the way of new immunities that begin to show in your life. Make time to study and apply new methods of detoxification that are presented to you post-eclipse. Be innovative, entrepreneurial, and business-minded with new breakthroughs in medicine and healing science. High-level barriers to mass healing will be coming down within the next 2 years, so be ready to venture into new frontiers of healing potential, service, science, and investment. God will be teaching us how to develop new resilience and immunity to evil and disease so that we can heal on personal and social levels. Apply the cures in action. How will this speak to your soul? This eclipse will unlock profound new depths of knowledge, wisdom, understanding, and paranormal sense with respect to our souls. We're entering an extremely unique astrological cycle where the tapping of new soul power and reinvigorated willpower will be like master keys to new successes in life. Concentrate on soul healing, soul growth, soul power expression in times ahead, because this is where the God light will be cast. Find your inner God-given power and use it in ways that you have never used it before, as this will hasten the arrival of heaven on earth, which we can all have a hand in if we so choose. New enlightenment on our individual soul missions and histories will also come forward in ways that will be emotionally intense and transformational in purpose. New soulmate connections from past lives will soon become mysteriously abundant. Recognize what is sacred and proceed accordingly. Don't be a hedonist. Severance. Just as surely as Aries governs swords and weaponry, this eclipse cycle will manifest a theme of spiritually vital severance in our lives. We've repeatedly seen the imagery of swords slashing at things that harm and contain us in the higher things and divine order that God wills. Therefore, we predict a powerful theme of severance and sudden disconnection from things in our lives that must go or end at this time for the will of God to be done and for our highest interests to be served. We especially sense this on the employment, relationship, and locational levels. If a major severance occurs in your life with or shortly after this eclipse, spend time contemplating the spiritual reason why. We also sense an eclipse theme of allies being hidden on the enemy side who will emerge with special forms of aid to enable impossible successes. Infiltration works both ways, after all. Honor the clandestine heroes behind enemy lines. Warrior mode. If there ever was a time to be in warrior mode, it is now. God will be granting warrior enhancements through this eclipse so that we can each be more effective warriors of light, truth, justice, and universally beneficial outcomes. New battles for power and control will be breaking out at all tiers of society. Warriors of the light will be favored. This is a time to be fearless in action, deed, and purpose, as divine protections will be granted to heroes, heroines, and those who step up in service of righteous causes. This includes defectors from the enemy side who turn to the light. More than ever before, we must be what is missing in this world. I say that all the time. I say I want to be the person that I never had. That's crazy. This includes defectors from the enemy side who turn to the light. More than ever before, we must be what is missing in this world. There is great reward in doing so. Be ready to charge hard when God gives you your opening. This is a time of historic breakthroughs and victories, so take your place in them. Purge the 7 deadly sins to climb higher on your warrior path. A new earth is born, April 8th, 2024. Dude, I've literally just been saying all this, dude. This is so crazy to hear it written by someone else who I have no idea who this person is. Obviously, they can articulate it so much better than I could ever. Oh, my nose is running. What the hell? The sinuses are like leaking. Hold on, I need to blow my nose. Okay. All right. Personal eclipse science. Thanks to the marvelous celestial science of astrology, which God created, we each have the opportunity to understand how this eclipse will affect our personal life. First and foremost, it is wise and precious to know which of your 12 houses it will activate, as this house will soon become extremely hot in great ways. Students of astrology should know that if the eclipse aspects anything in your chart, be it a planet, asteroid, sun, moon, or hermetic key, that person will experience a powerful new chapter and transformation theme in direct accordance with the activated luminary. We can also provide a personal eclipse reading for you, blah, 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 blah. With eternal loyalty to Jesus Christ, we send you on your way. That was good. I put the information of where I just read this from in the description of this video. It's literally just starseedastrology.com, or I found it on their Twitter page. They posted this under something, and it is good. Man, that was so good. Yeah, I had a pretty good day, Carly. I have to go do Firewood now that I have finished reading that. Excuse me, Miss Money Bunny. She gets the memo. Ooh, the fire is roasting. I was so lucky, dude. There were like maybe like a half a cup or maybe a fourth of a cup of tiny little coal pieces left over from the fire last night that just slowly like burned down all the course of the day today. The fire never truly went out, like, or never fully like went out all the way. It was just kind of like tiny little coals. So I just lit those coals back up, popped a piece of wood on top of it, hoped for the best, and the best happened. She's lit. So now we got to go get firewood and make it very, very cold in here, apparently, while we do all this. I'll come back and open this window. I don't know, window be open the whole time. I'm out here doing firewoods. Sure would be nice if I just happened to see my jewel right here. want a treat? A treat? Here. Oh, you want me to pet you instead? Good boy. He got a treat too. Oh. Fucking giant piece of wood, annoying ass. Open the window. Oh, finally. Get out of my face. Move, mine. Cat, do you literally have to be right there? Sound like something broke. Broke. Broke a nail, that's for sure. Oh no. Oh, I forgot about you. Just literally a fucking glass. That's how much water leaked in last night. Well, that's it. I'm hot now. And then a hero comes along with the strength to carry on. And you cast your fears on and harmony. for everything I did to try to not. Ooh, it's warming up in here. The ceiling moved. I have like one. There it is. This one hair is like sticking out. And I can like see it with my actual eyeball. Whew, I'm out of breath. You guys ever stop and find it crazy that those like parental groups from like the 70s and 80s who were like ranting and raving like crazy people, saying that like rock and roll is the devil's music and gangster rap is gonna ruin society, video games are terrible for kids, and we all just were like, you are so stupid, shut up. And come to find out, like, all along they were right. It's almost like our elders know more than us. Ooh, hash browns are my favorite. Okay, and I'm off. Burning up. Apparently I was still sitting on a couple strands of hair there. Political reform. You like that? This is how we got to do our political reform. Coincidental that I'm wearing this shirt. No, I did not get the truck fixed today. I had to pay my cell phone bill, which reduced my ability to afford getting my truck fixed by like $300. And I was already like barely, maybe I could afford to get my truck fixed. So now I can maybe get the squeaking fixed problem on the back right tire. And like, maybe I could get like the emergency brake situation rectified, but the serpentine belt I cannot afford to fix. It's obviously, you know, figurative when it comes to, you know, we got to do some things a little bit closer to how the French did it. The French people in power in France literally fear their people. There's a reason why. Look, see what Mo Love just said? I didn't even see that comment. Mo Love. Yes, exactly. So, you know, there's a reason why. There is a reason why Macron gave up when it came to those farmers, and that is because he wants to keep his head. Wolf peep. I don't have anybody, bud. I don't have nobody. If I had that, I would have done something like that like long ago. You know, I just don't have, I don't know anybody with money, and I don't have anybody in my life who, even if they did have money, would give it to me. Like, I don't have people like that. I've been like, literally since birth, my mom did the cry it out method with me, which is like called the Farber method, which basically it is the assumption that your baby is trying to manipulate you, and that you can't give in to the baby who cries, because if you do, then that baby wins. Like, what kind of a bullshit? Like, that's fucking neglect is what it is. But my mom did that with me. And so, I don't know, dude. It's just, when I was 5 years old, I flew on a plane by myself from like Florida to Atlanta. And like, when I was like 12, I went on a train by myself from Florida to Vermont or Virginia. When I was 18, I went on a train by myself. when I was 18, I was going from Miami to my hometown, which was north of West Palm Beach, via public transportation all the way to West Palm Beach from Miami. So I would take like the Tri-Rail, the People Mover, those public buses, and I would have like all my laundry and shit and have to be like going through town, like, because I was staying at down in Homestead at Job Corps. I have literally been forced to go through this life all by myself. Like on every adventure I've ever gone on, I've gone on by myself. Every trip I've ever taken, I've taken by myself. Every single manifestation that I've ever had that was like something interesting, like it's all been I've 2 years out here by myself. Everything has just always been me having to do things all by myself and just figure it the fuck out. And I'm like, I can't count on anybody. Oh, well, Duck fan, you're in the wrong place, babe. Yeah, but Cool Kegs on tap. I was forcing, everything that happened to me that I was all alone doing happened before I was 18 as well. Like I've said, I flew on an airplane by myself when I was like 5 and took many train trips and had to like use the public transportation system in Miami, Florida, from Miami to West Palm Beach, which was like a 3-hour trip in a car. So it's like a 10-hour trip on public transportation. And I had to do that all by myself until I was like 18. It's just crazy, like, I'm just over having to do everything by myself. Like, I've been living on this property. I bought property. I invited my best friend to create a mom community. She betrayed me and has been like making my life a living hell ever since. So I literally gave I gave $50,000 essentially to my best friend and was like, "Hey, like all you need to do is like teammate me. Be my teammate. Like we do this together." And instead, on day 1, she just was like, "Oh, yeah, sorry. I was lying, actually, the whole time I said we were going to do this together. I'm actually going to do this on my own with my new boyfriend. See ya." And so I was all by myself. And so I've just been all fucking trying to figure out how to do this shit, which I have absolutely no clue how to do for the last 2 years. And I am over it. I am over it. Dude, why is my nose running so fucking bad? I took a nap and, like, I woke up and now, like, my sinuses are all fucking, like, full. Ugh. I'm getting, like, a little sinus headache and everything. The way that she betrayed me because I told, like, I gave her half of my property, with the agreement that, you know, we're going to be teammates. This is a mom community. The property is purchased to become a mom community. And so the day that we signed the title, she was like, "Oh yeah, no, I'm not going to do that. Actually, I'm just going to try to take as much land as I possibly can, make my life a living hell, like bully me until I want to leave." And then she's just been literally just taking over all of the property, telling everyone this is her property. She's got strange men over there all the time. She's doing all kinds of weird shit at night. It looks like drug dealing and stuff going on, and it's very sketchy. So that's been the last 2 years. So instead of having a mom community, which is what my property was purchased for, on day 1, it just became me trying to figure out how to survive all by myself. And then after a year of figuring out how to survive, me like getting back on the horse and trying to rebuild, like get the mom community going in spite of everything. Dude, I prefer nothing. I know, dude. I think about that sometimes. But, like, obviously, see, the thing is that Lee was obviously not meant to be here. Because if she was meant to be here, circumstances would not have made her leave. You know what I mean? So, obviously, she was supposed to be here for something, a specific purpose, but not for good. Because I'm going to tell you, it was very cosmic how she ended up here. You know, all in and of itself. So, you know? I don't know. Anastasia, my friend Heather Miranda is a tattoo artist in Eugene, Oregon, and I did her dreadlocks, and so we bartered tattoo work. YouTube goat. I put the I read a really long like thing, so just rewind to the beginning of this video and just start the live stream over. You'll be able to read the whole, you'll be able to see the whole thing. Wolf peep, yeah, that's literally what we're dealing with. So Melissa is helping me out. Melissa's been like doing some reconnaissance for me. And so we're gonna try to find a lawyer that will do that. Ah, thank you so much. Oh my gosh, thank you, my love. Anna, Kate, no, I'm not a Christian, but I definitely believe in God. I don't believe that Christ was the Son of God. I believe Christ existed. I believe that he really had this shit figured out. But I don't believe that he was like the literal, like physical, like Son of God. Because I think that we are all of God. I prefer nothing. Oh shit, no way. It's spelled the same way too. Maranda. Miranda, not Miranda. No, there's no way that you could help me become a Christian. I've come to my conclusion based on tons of research of all different types of religion, not just Christianity. And I was raised Jehovah's Witness, so I started out with a strict Christian upbringing. But considering that God does what he does for me, God literally, I prayed for a school bus if it was in my best interest. And 3 days later, I was driving a school bus. Okay. And then I prayed for land. And 3 days later, I met someone who gave me $100,000 to buy land. God, I have a very close and personal relationship with God. So I don't need any type of, I don't need Jesus when I am directly communing with God. Religion was designed for us to seek God outside of our own selves, to put it to like, oh well, I am just a human, you know, like I am just nothing. But like it's outside of me. Everything that is God is outside of me, and that is not true. You and me and every tree and every plant and every fucking creature on this planet is it's as if like I'm a blood cell and you're a hair cell. The trees are fucking fingernail cells. We're all the same cells from the same body. You know, we're all of God. We are not gods. We're not better than any other creature. All creatures on this planet are of God. We are all from the same. We are all connected and we are all one. What happens to you is what happens to me. I mean, we're literally connected and come from the same place. And when we die, we go to the same place, and we are all a part of the same, you know, Anastasia, I'm just trying to like say, like, if we're from the same body, but we're just different cells, you know, that's it. It's our only differences. If you were to like look, so like, what color is, you know, like something that I had heard today is like, what color is your mind? Like, what does your mind look like? Our minds all look exactly the fucking same. We all look like giant sperm with like our brain and the nerve endings for our spinal cord and everything. It's just a giant sperm inside of a meat suit. No, I didn't see that about Kanye. Tell me. Did you guys see that there's this psychic chick that's been doing shit here on YouTube for years and years and years? And about 5 months ago, she said that sometime just before Easter, maybe in March, that Puff Daddy, like some crazy shit was gonna go down with Puff Daddy, and it was gonna be way bigger than than anyone had any idea. It was crazy. He's at his dad's, Rowan. Yeah, he's in deep. Yeah, Sloan Bella. Yeah. I used to listen to Alice in Chains. Oh no, what will I ever do? This one random person on the internet says they're never going to subscribe. I don't have a blue house. Mo Love, yes. Yes, it does make sense. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Kanye looks like he's doing pretty good. Kanye looks like he's doing better than he has in a really long time, and he's calling shit out, and like he like uncanceled himself. You know, he's like the only person who uncanceled himself. But I've been using Kanye as the litmus test to see where people's heads are at. To basically as a litmus test to see like how aware someone actually is. I never listen to Kanye's. I don't think I've ever to I really don't think. Oh wait, I've heard that Gold Digger song with what's his face? The actor guy, Jamie Foxx. I've heard that song, but I think that's like the only Kanye song that I've ever heard. Mo Love, there is a lot of things about Israel that is extremely enlightening if you really, with an unbiased and maybe I'm wrong perspective, you enter into this information with a, well, maybe I'm wrong, you know, let me just see what it says. You should do you should do some looking into about what Israel has been doing for the last so many years. Did you know that on Passover this year coming up, so I think it's like what, April 12th or something, April 10th. When is Passover? Anyways, Israel is building a white tower right now to sacrifice red heifers, literally sacrifice red cows so that they can usher in the seat of the Antichrist. They're literally trying to bring the Antichrist. They're literally building this thing to literally sacrifice literal cows. So see, the thing is, Mo Love, is I don't necessarily support Palestine, but I understand that like even as back as far as like 1998, there's evidence and proof of Israel intentionally like stealing Palestinian women's like tomatoes, stabbing their water collection things. Israel has been came in, stole their land, and has been provoking them for the last 70 years. That being said, I don't agree with what Palestine has done. I don't agree with war tactics either way, but I understand that Palestine has been provoked for so long, and they just took the bait, essentially, that Israel set for them. Israel baited them into this attack so that Israel could then go and then just wipe them off the face of the earth, which is, Israel is disgusting what has been going on. And this is the stuff that I don't like about Israel has nothing to do with the Israel versus Palestine stuff. What I don't like Israel for is what Israel has been doing in my country for the last 70 years. It's fucked. I don't support either side. I do not support war. Period. And I do not live in Palestine, and I do not live in Israel. So my opinion, either way, should have zero weight, because I live in a country completely, I'm in a whole other continent. Why should I have an opinion on what goes on somewhere else? It's not my place to say shit. It's my place to worry about what's going on right here. And that's what I need to worry about, is like what's going on here. And I know that Israel has done some fucked up shit in the United States. Dude, hold it. Yeah, sure. Hold on a second. Let me so you gotta look. I recommend looking on Twitter just so that you can see what both sides are saying. That way you're not getting just like the conservative side or just the progressive side. You want to see what everybody's saying, both sides, take all the information in, and then where the information starts to overlap from both sides, you can start to like go to that area and then start picking apart the information there. But I recommend you be your own source. Start on Twitter, start looking and seeing what both sides are saying, but look into the connection between Israel and 9/11. Look into the connection between, Israel and Ukraine, Israel and what's happening in the United States right now. How it's really just really strange that the people who run Hollywood, run the music industry, run the banking industry, are the heads of the CDC, the heads of the Homeland Security. Mayorkas, who just got kicked out of the Homeland, they're all dual citizens with Israel. Did you know that the porn industry is run single-handedly by Jewish people that have dual citizenships with Israel? Pornhub, X Hamster, those websites are owned by a rabbi, a literal rabbi. The gay porn industry is owned by what they quoted to be as a nice old Jewish couple. Okay. There's this guy who's been making a lot of headlines because he's battling with Candace Owens right now. It's just like a big thing. But this Rabbi Shmuley guy, he owns a sex toy company that he operates with his daughter. Something is going on. And you got to look at who's Soros, who's been funding all the crooked district attorneys and has been sowing chaos in our country for the last like at least 20-30 years that I can like pinpoint. He's a dual citizen with Israel. Like, this shit is fucking crazy. And it's not, I'm not saying like, listen to me like, just take my word for it and start spreading this as you know it. I'm saying, go look this up for yourself. Go on Twitter, go look up the connection between Israel and 9/11. Who owns the buildings? Who owned the Twin Towers and Building 7? Go look that up. Go look at who owned the buildings. Go look at what happened just before the Twin Towers went down. how they were told that they should be decommissioned and how they need to be torn down, but it would cost billions because they were full of asbestos. And so how he conveniently got an insurance policy that had a double indemnity clause for terrorist attack by airplane, and how Building 7 didn't get hit by anything, and how it crazy Building 7, so it was the Twin Towers and Building 7 who came down. Most people don't even know that Building 7 came down. But it came down like this, as if it were collapsed. Go look at who the owner of and how much money he got for the Twin Towers being bombed like, or being airplaned like that, compared to what he was going to have to pay to tear the buildings down. Look at the owner. Who is the owner? Who owned the Twin Towers and Building 7? And look at the relationship that he has with the person who happens to be in control of Israel right now. Is this man a dual citizenship? Yes, he is. It's crazy. It's almost like Israel has had a hand in everything. Do you know that the guy who actually shot RFK Jr., Eugene Deal, or no, I'm sorry, Eugene Deal is the guy that's been talking about Puff Daddy. His name is Eugene something else. He was also he was a new security guard that had just been hired 2 days before, and guess what he is? That's right, Jewish. And like it's not all Jewish people. It's specifically, it is this Zionist fucking like echelon. It's not, it's like saying, it's literally not all Jewish people. Like there are regular people out here every day just trying to mind their own fucking business and live their lives and be good people. So it's not like it's just that's like saying every white person is a fucking slave owner. It's the most dumb shit ever fucking to say that kind of stuff. But right now, Israel specifically, and the people that are in dual citizenship with Israel specifically right now, are absolutely in very powerful positions of Did you know there is a law in the United States? It's called like the BDS clause or something like that. It is a law that specifically says if you are a business in the United States and you are operating government contracts, you are not allowed to say disparaging things about Israel. No other country in the world is there a law about that in the United States. Just Israel. Why? Why is that? It's just really weird. It's just really fucking weird what is going on. Do you know that the president of Mexico just about a week ago said that the United States is being run by a Jewish mafia controlled by Israel? This shit is fucking bizarre. When you go and you start actually looking into all of the tragedies that have happened, major tragedies in the United States, it's just weirdly tied. JFK's assassination. Go look into that with the new information that they have. And the RFK's assassination, go look into that with the information that we have now. Like, there's just so many things that are now being decommissioned, declassified, and there are people who care enough to go and fucking suss out that information. It's really fucking lovely. And it's common, it's like really common knowledge it's coming up. I mean, like, Christ, Candace Owens has been talking about this shit, and like, do you see how they fired her? You gotta realize, when you can't talk about something, why, like, 9 times out of 10, there's a fucking reason, and the reason is because it's too close to the mark. We have allowed the people in power to sow disharmony between us for far too long. Like fucking Cat Williams said, 2024 is the year of truth, baby. It's all coming out. April 8th is the beginning of the new way. And if you have led a life a nasty life and you refuse to change, then you are going to be outed, and you're not going to, this is it, like, it's done. Like, I say we enter into this eclipse season, what's happening here, into with our hearts full of gratitude, with absolute zero fear, and a trust and faith that God is 100% has our back. And everything has to happen exactly the way that it has to happen, so that enough of us see what's going on and go, oh, okay, I see what's going on. Yeah, no, I don't think so. But bad shit has to happen for us to like go, oh shit, what the fuck? You know? And what we gotta be shaken sometimes out of our stupor, because we've been zombies in this like Black Mirror on our devices and shit. Like all these girls that are getting punched in New York City, it's because they're on their fucking phones. You wouldn't catch me getting punched in the face walking down the city street, because I'd be paying attention to what's around me. How, like, absolutely dingbatty unaware of your surroundings do you have to be to look at your cell phone while walking down the street in New York City? Dirt, 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 dirt. There's a reason why our men required us as women to have chaperones in the past, because people understood, our men knew what other men were like, and they wanted to keep us safe. But we had to be strong, independent women, don't need no man, and had to fucking make a fuss so that we had equal fucking voting rights and all that shit. And now, guess what? Now we can't have a chaperone, because what? Oh, we're independent women. We don't need no man. Okay, well, that's why rape is up and assaults are up. You won't catch me doing shit like that. I will just stay in the woods all by myself. Dude, I am totally not, like, I'm a girl. I don't want to be fucking, deal with that kind of stuff. I don't want to be hurt by someone. That's not something that I want to do. And I don't, and so, like, that's, that's why it's, I sometimes feel like I think is it the 19th Amendment or the 17th Amendment, whichever one that allowed women to vote. I sometimes feel like that needs to be repealed. Because, like, women, like, I mean, just look at Hillary Clinton, y'all. Just look at, like, what... I'm not blaming women for the violence against them. I'm blaming women for not recognizing the fact that there are going to be men in this world that are going to try to RAPE or physically assault in some way. It's like, would you look at a group of apes, like chimpanzees, and they're all going and just like going ape shit all over the place? No, you'd be like, oh, look, there's a bunch of monkeys just doing what monkeys do. But when people act like that, it's like, oh, we are animals. We're literally animals. We have animalistic impulses, and some people do not have self-control. I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying it is a thing. And because it is a thing, then that is the reason why we had chaperones in the past, to protect us from what existed. And today, in today's world, women are like, oh, well, I'm so powerful, I don't need no man. Okay, well, then I hope you would stop staring at your fucking phone while you're walking down the street, since you're such a strong and powerful woman, don't need no man. Because if you stare at your phone, you might get, I mean, like, that's just like common sense. It's like every woman should know better than to look at her phone while walking down the street, especially in New York City. Like, that's how you get, you get kidnapped. That's how you get robbed. That's how you get purse snatched. Like, predators look for people who are not paying attention. It's common sense. I mean, it doesn't have anything to do with women being blamed for, like, No, but it is a thing. It does exist. And women should either carry guns and stop fighting the fucking the open carry concealed or whatever, that shit. Stop fucking fighting that and allow us to like protect ourselves fully. Stop letting fucking other people in our, like, let's just keep vaginas to the bathroom so we don't have to worry about that. Post-op vaginas are fine. Vaginas only. You know? And let's just like try to actually, let's try to instill some safety in our world instead of always like doing what's against our best interest. Yes, live by what is, not what should be. I understand. I don't think it's right. Do I want to worry about being RAPED while walking down the street? No. But because I am aware that that kind of a thing does exist, you will not catch me going like this walking down the street in any place. If I'm in a parking lot in my car and I need to use my phone, I fucking lock my doors. Every time I make a conscientious, like, make sure my doors are locked. Because I need to take my distractions. So I wouldn't do it with my window down either. Because someone could just come and punch you and try, like, take your fucking phone or something. You know, like, I don't trust people out in the world. I've seen what people do to each other. I carry a knife on me at all times. Mo Love, I love being a woman. Being a woman is a fucking gift. We are the literal and physical portal for life on this planet. Our bodies are so fucking magical. Our organs literally rearrange themselves to fit the baby. Okay? Our fucking womb starts out this big and stretches to be this big. Our breasts are literally create the most perfect food for a human being. Our nipples have this fucking this like reverse suction thing. So like when the baby is nursing, saliva actually goes into your nipple and there are receptors inside your nipple that go and read what's in the baby's spit. So it's like, oh, the baby has this bacteria, it's catching a cold, we need to make more of this. Or, oh, the baby's low on iron, we need to make more of this. And your milk literally tailors itself to suit your baby's like specific needs as per its saliva. Are you fucking kidding me? This shit is magical. Being a woman is the most fucking awesome shit ever. I love being a woman. I love it. Do I love society in the way that we have been bamboozled and propagandized and whatever? No. But women are not the only ones who've been lied to. Black people, white people, fucking gay people, trans people, we've all been fucking lied to. And we've all been lied to because what they're trying to do is they're trying to make us hate each other for all of our little differences so that we self-segregate. Because when we self-segregate, we're much easier to control, one. And two, we're not transmitting information to one another. So what happens to this group, it stays in this group. It doesn't spread to the mainstream because we all hate each other and we don't talk. I'm not looking at that content because that's by a creator I don't like. It's like, you guys, like, hello? You guys realize we are literally being lied to. We've been fooled. They're lying to us about our history. They're lying to us about our present. They are lying to us nonstop because they want us constantly at fucking odds. They want to create chaos. So then we look to big daddy government to come and rescue us from the chaos. Please send the army. We need help. And then they get what? Guess what? Control over the people. And because we've self-segregated, we're in these little clusters, we're much easier to control. That's why they want us in public school. That is why public school was designed specifically the way it was, with bells and like periods and all that shit. And you ring the bell and you go to the next. It's exactly designed to mimic factory work. Because public school was designed to create a generation of good factory workers and specifically not a generation of thinkers. You can look it up. The quote is there for yourself. the guy who designed the public education system. No, Mo Love, I'm just passionate. I just talk with passion, but I'm not like angry or any kind of emotion. I just straight up I'm just looking at things from a fucking logical perspective, and I'm just seeing patterns and recognizing where things don't add up, and I'm condensing it all and it's coming out. You know what I mean? Thanks, Mage. Damn, Mo Love, well, you're doing really great. I wouldn't even have been able to tell, like, at all. I can't hear your accent, so. Oh, thanks, guys. You're so sweet. So we have to stop this shit. We have to make a conscientious decision to stop perpetuating the division and separation of our people. Okay? We can no longer sit there and go like, oh, you're cultural appropriating. Oh, you're a colonizer. Oh, you're a this, you're a that. No, we have to start looking at people like, oh my God, that looks so good on her. Or wow, dude, when she does that, look at how beautiful she is. Try and notice something good about people. The way you can start, if you really have a hard time not being judgmental, and like it's your snap go-to, but you really actually want to change that, something that you can do to start practicing, and this is what I did for my own personal self, because I used to be a judgmental fucking asshole, and I made a conscientious decision to change, and I've changed my life in so many ways, just as a domino effect from that one little change that I made. But what I did is every time that I had to interact with someone in customer service, like the drive-through at McDonald's, I don't go to McDonald's, but I'm using an example. So like the drive-through or a gas station or like the bank, I would always try to notice one thing about the person that I could compliment them on. So like, for example, if like the girl did her eyebrows really good that day, I would be like, oh my God, dude, your eyebrows look so fucking good. Because I could say it genuinely. I really thought her eyebrows looked good, and I could make a compliment and, and just be genuine about it. Because when it comes from the heart and it feels genuine, then it's going to really hit. You can make someone's fucking whole day, their entire day better. And they will literally be thinking about that like all day, like, oh my God, that lady said that my eyebrows were nice. Like it really makes a fucking difference in someone's day if you compliment them on something. And it doesn't have to be like, superficial necessarily about like your makeup or whatever. You could be like, wow, man, you're doing such a good job when you're like so busy or whatever. You could just notice something and compliment the way they're doing their job, like try to find something, at least one thing nice to say about the person that you are interacting with. And I swear to God, if you do that every time you go to like interact with a customer service person of some kind, that shit will literally have a domino effect in your life that you will be just absolutely like in 5 years time, you will be a completely different person. You'll start to notice more great things about everybody, and you will stop noticing all the bad things about life in general and start just seeing all of the great things that life has to offer. I am not a lesbian, no. They're 12-year-olds. Don't just ignore them. I know. Well, so I do Mo Love, but my mods are on the East Coast mostly, so unfortunately this is like past their bedtime. I mean, does my hair like look dirty? It looks like my roots are growing out, but there was a mod in here a minute ago. I thought I saw blue text. Nope. Yeah, Mo Love, America is a fucking scary place today, but it's because we've been lied to so much, and like our youth. So you know what happened in China in the 1970s with the Youth's Communist Party, and how they literally, like, they were torturing their professors for speaking science. Um that's kind of like what's been happening here in the United States in a different way with our youth. Our youth has become militant, and like all they do is just like protest, and like they're loud, and it's usually about things that they're very wrong about. It's ironic that I kind of align with them in the Palestine Israel situation, but um, the same thing that's happening in the United States right now with our youth is the exact same thing that happened in the 1970s with Mao's Communist Party, and with how, like, the exact formula for how he was able to um get an entire nation to go with this, how China ended up how it is right now, okay, in the 70s. uh the exact formula that they used in China is being used right now in the United States. Girl, zombie. You know what bay means in Dutch? You know what bay means? It means turd. So it's pretty on brand for apparently your fucking heart and personality. Yeah, well, bay straight up means turd. So enjoy. Does crack even exist? Like, is crack even a drug that, like, literally exists? Because I don't think it does. Zombie is jealous. She's not as pretty as me. Look at her fucking profile photo. It's like, me, my face. Sorry that people don't like you and don't want to watch you on content or live streams. That's much better, thank you. Yeah, my hair is really long. Oh yeah, merde. Mm-hmm. Merde. Do. I don't have to be pretty because I have personality. That's why there's 160, oh, I'm sorry, 227 people in my live stream. And um, people just watch me, whether they watch me because I'm cringeworthy or they watch me because I have something important or interesting to say. It's completely, I mean, it's hello. Ooh, you know what you guys should look into, if you're interested in like metaphysics and like any kind of like evil, like spiritual, like just like the whole metaphysical thing that has to do with like why sometimes it feels like there's like groups of people who, like, when, or like a room you walk in and you can just like feel the energy is off. look into these things called egregores. It's very fascinating. Dude, samplers and things. CERN is firing up the Hadron Collider or whatever, the particle collider, on the day of the eclipse on April 8th. Yeah, amber and sandalwood does tend to carry pretty far, so it's, I bet you do smell me from there. I know, focus up clips. That's the thing. Look in Slammer98. Thank you for the super chat. How can I tell if I'm cursed or attracting negative energy? I would do an egg cleanse. I just did an egg cleanse the other day and I feel so much better. But you can find easy, if you just on YouTube here, if you just type in egg cleanse and like how to read the egg cleanse and then how to properly dispose of it once you're done, do that. It's really good stuff. Also, I would recommend that that you when like just as a, you want to protect your energy from people. Even people's eyes on you is like, you know, like there's the evil eye that's been, people talk about that since fucking, you know, Lawrence of Arabian times. So you definitely could have some type of like people are in here trying to throw negative energy at me right now. But what I do to protect myself from that kind of a thing is every single day I visualize a protective, like something that's protective around me. I'm not going to say exactly what my protection, my protective like bubble is made out of, because I don't want anyone to be able to like, you know, penetrate it or like find a way around it, because they know like what I visualize. It's personal for everybody, but you could visualize literal bubble. You could, it could be plastic, it could be metal, it could be made out of gold, it could be made out of glass, it could be made out of, you know, titanium, it could be made out of, it could be you know, any type of visual manifestation that you want. But just close your eyes and around either your person or around wherever you think your energetic body reaches out to. So for me, mine goes pretty far out. So I actually visualize my whole little space, my property. My property is actually circular in shape. Um, and so I visualize my property, my little circle, all included, my bus and everything included in this bubble. So my dog, my chickens, everybody's included in my bubble of protection. And I visualize this bubble of protection every single day. And I am always kind of closing my eyes. Each day I visualize it. I try to like check it for spots that need repair. So like I will go in and I will reinforce, you know, every part of it with my visualization. Hold on, let me find them. All right. I know, literally, the more people comment like bullshit, the more it tells the algorithm that people are super interested in what what I'm doing or saying. And so then it puts my fucking live stream on more people's shorts feed. Like when they spam, my shit goes up. You're super welcome. Thank you so much, Slammer. Thank you so much. I am super grateful. I mean, Mo Love, you don't have to, dude, don't, first of all, I like always say this to people, don't ever argue with anyone on my behalf, because 99% of the time, the people who are in the chat are either bots or they're specific troll accounts. It's one. I have one troll who has like 50 accounts. So he like has tablets and he tries to make it look like there are multiple people talking shit to me, when in reality, it's literally this one guy. Egregor. E-G egg R-E-G-O-R-E-S. Egregors. Let me see if I can chat. No. Yeah, right. I would love it. Yes. Lurking Crass Zero. Got it. You, so unfortunately, I can't afford a lawyer. If I could afford a lawyer with the whole thing, you know, one day I will be able to. When I'm working on it, you know, each super chat that I receive is one step closer to me being able to hire a lawyer so that I can fight back with all this bullshit that's been going on in my life. Wow, it's so funny. Amen. A man for the Lord comes into my chat and says, "Messing around. You are living a very Christ-like existence." Lurking Crass. Yes, I can recommend some writers for some books for you. Hold on, I'll show you my Audible folder, and you're just gonna have to screenshot, okay? All right, so this book, excellent. 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 This one is not, that's a story. That's, you know, The Outlander. This book is excellent. This book is fucking amazing. Living from a Place of Surrender, or The Surrender Experiment by Michael A. Singer is excellent. Let's see. This book is excellent. 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 This is excellent. That is my favorite book of all time. Yes, I read the Britney. This one is good. This book is good. Raising Good Humans. Oops. And that's it. All of them are great. And because this live, when I turn this off, the live stream will be available, so you can come back to the video, to this portion of the live stream, and screen record or copy any names if you didn't get it or whatever. You can always rewind. You're super welcome. I'm telling you. So the best one, I recommend, like, your starting place to try this book, The Code of the Extraordinary Mind. And there's a book that, are you a man or a woman? Lurking Crass Zero. because there's if you're a man, I have a book. Okay, a man. Okay, hold on. That's what I thought. So there's this guy, Gary. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. I think it's called like Unfuck Yourself. Oh, here's the book I was telling you about, Egregores. Egregores by Mark Stavish. This is a really good one too. This will teach you about egregores. Where is it? There it is. Okay. This book right here, if you are a man, I recommend this book as a starting place. Unfuck Yourself by Gary John Bishop. If you are a woman, however, so Unfuck Yourself by Gary John Bishop for men. If you are a woman, however, I recommend starting off with this book, You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero. So this book is the female equivalent of the other book. I don't need your sub that much, so you can just like disappear forever now. Bye-bye. Hey, see, it's cosmic, Gary. That means that you have to do it now. Oh, thank God. It's funny because I was literally like, I'm probably going to be gone at like 8:40. By 8:40, I'll probably be gone. Boy, it's been rough. I was just like letting it go for a while, but then it got to be bad, so I had to like mod for a minute there. It was hard. I don't know how you do it. I can't wait till I can pay you guys. I literally can't wait till the day that I can literally pay you guys. It's coming one day soon. So soon, dude. The hero comes. The hero comes to save the day. Yes, those were all my books on Audible, yes. Diddy reveal, or 50 Cent reveals why Homeland Security is after Diddy.
Federal authorities staging coordinated coast-to-coast raids at properties belonging to music mogul Sean Diddy Combs.
Sean Combs appears to be part of an investigation into a sex trafficking operation. And of course, this comes as he faces multiple lawsuits that accuse him of assault and abuse. He denies it all.
Y'all, things just got...
Can we just say, like, that this is absolutely mind-blowing how I have been saying for like 2 years that, like, Puff Daddy has been my example for like when I'm like, when I was talking to people about like, there's always comes a time when you're getting to a place of success, whether it's like money, financial success, or like success online, or success in, you know, like whatever. There always comes a time where you are at a fork in the road and you either have to choose what is best for everyone involved or what is best for you personally. And that the difference between becoming a millionaire and not becoming a millionaire is being selfish versus choosing the group. And I always choose the group. And like, that's why, so like I've for 2 years I've been saying that like there's just no way that someone like Puff Daddy could remain relevant and successful in a world like that without being the kind of person that does really bad shit to people. Like, it's just impossible for my mind to reconcile that. And I was more right than I even knew. That's good, Hunter. That means that men will ideally not flirt with me. Well, Steve from the UK, have a good night. A huge collection, what, on Audible? Because, dude, I've had my Audible account since 2015. Are you kidding me? Oh my god, yeah, let me show you the collection. I'm quite proud of it, actually. I have 2 credits right now that I need to use. Yeah, so I have had Audible straight up for, this was the first book that I ever got on Audible. American Gods. This is one of my favorite books of all time. But yeah, so like I've had the Audible. See, these are free though. These ones here were free with Audible. Anything with the yellow line across it was a freebie. But yeah, I've had the Audible account for at least 2015. And I get 1 book a month, you know. This book, if you have not read this book yet, you really need to, guys. 1984. If you believe in fucking mandala effects, it means you haven't read 1984. Egregores is really good. 3 Pillars of Zen is a really good one, and so is The 4 Agreements. These books are just so fucking good. This right here by Dolores Cannon. Yesterday we were listening to Dolores Cannon talk about what is it called? The Antichrist and stuff, and that was good. This one is a good book. So The Laws of Human Nature. If you are constantly bewildered by, oh my god, I can't believe so-and-so did that. Atomic Habits. This is another good book for men by James Clear. You can find all of these books, you know, elsewhere. I am just like, I have an Amazon account. Everything is tied. It's just so much easier. And because I started out using this, I'm just going to keep doing it. And it's, you know, so it is what it is. But yeah, I don't really like, I don't recommend necessarily that you do any of the Audible, you know, stuff. But these books are great. Building Chicken Coops for Dummies, Water Purification Bible. Yeah, but Mo Love, those weird conspiracy theories are a lot more true than you think. The conspiracy theorists are like 100 to like every single thing, 100% almost at this point. Every single thing that I thought was a conspiracy theory growing up has come to, it's been true. Do you know that the original conspiracy theory, the reason that we like use that word so commonly in our phrasing is because when JFK was murdered by the, what is it? I can't remember the guy that they tried to say, I can't remember what they said his name was, but people were saying that's not true. That guy didn't do it. That there was more than one person. And now today, the JFK files have been released, and it has been proven that our own CIA had a hand in murdering him. And people were called conspiracy theorists at that time who were saying stuff like that because they wanted other people to go like, oh, that's just a crazy ass person. Don't believe them. So our government started tossing around the conspiracy theory thing and threw it into our vernacular so that we would look at one another as if we were crazy and not to be believed. That's where that whole phrase even came from. And as it turns out, the original conspiracy theory is true. So it's crazy. Lurking Crass, you know, like honestly, I don't know enough about metaphysics, I don't know enough about physics and mathematics to be able to have any argument in the flat earth department. What I do know for an actual fact is that if you do any type of psychedelic, whether it's DMT, mushrooms, or LSD, and you do this in the daylight, and you look up at the sky, you will see this pattern, okay? This pattern, the flower of life pattern, in a dome shape in the sky. Every single person sees it. It's there. It is like a clear, glittery, they're clear, glittery, like, not translucent, it's like frosted, but also like purpley pink and color changey instead of what is red. And it's in the sky. And every single person sees it. But here's the thing. I don't believe in flat earth. I never have. But I, at this point, believe 0% of what I was told, taught, or made to believe true as per my government and my American public education system. So I am just spending time right now in my adult years intentionally relearning things, and intentionally, instead of like taking the cliff notes and just considering myself having an understanding about something, I'm taking those cliff notes and I am expounding upon those, and I'm going deeper and going into like, okay, well, why did that happen? Okay, well, how did that happen? Okay, well, what made that happen? And I'm just going down the line and trying to understand history as much as possible. But you know, there's like a limit to that. I'm only one person. I definitely like the turtle earth theory. I definitely, and you know, you guys realize that around the same time that they did that Council of Nicaea, which was where they decided what scrolls and what teachings or whatever, that, you know, how the Bible has, you know, John, Matthew, whatever. So they took all these scrolls in the Council of Nicaea and they were like, okay, we're going to put all this in the Bible. We're going to keep that out. We don't want the people knowing that. We're going to put that in. We're going to take that out. Around that same time is when they changed our calendar. We used to have 13 months. If we were operating on a 13-month calendar right now, every single day would have 28 days. And we would have equal, even weeks. Like, it'd be 7 days of the week, 4 weeks in the month. Each month has 28 days, and there are 13 months. And it aligns perfectly with the shell of a turtle. There are like 13 outer fucking scoots, whatever they're called, scoots on the turtle shell, and then there are 28 inner ones, and that is exactly what our calendar is. You can do the calendar by the shell of a turtle, and it's all in alignment. Everything would be aligned, but they changed our calendar, and through our complete inner workings and alignment with nature, off. As women, our periods are 28 days. When we give birth in 28 days increments. It's 28 days, 4 weeks, we're pregnant for 40 weeks. That's 10 months. That's not 9 months. Yeah, they don't teach critical thinking in public schools because public school was designed specifically to create factory workers, not critical thinkers. And that's and they're like, I mean, that's why, look at Common Core math. Look at how look at what it's doing to our kids, this Common Core math. It's teaching kids to follow directions and do what they're told, not to think outside the box, and not to find their own solution. Like, kids need to be, as long as they get there, that's all that matters. It doesn't matter if they take point A, A to B, or B to B, or C to B, or D to B. It doesn't matter how they get there, as long as they get there. But like, what they're trying to teach kids in math is, no, you have to follow this specific way right here, and if you don't, you're stupid. That's not the way that we are. And they try to tell people, oh, you have ADHD, you're neurodivergent. Oh, you have autism, you're different. No, I as ADHD person would be a hunter or a gatherer out in the wilderness in my fucking, and I, you know, I wouldn't be one of the people. Like, everybody has their purpose. We are all good at different things, and we all, like, that's diversity, man. We're not all supposed to be cookie cutter exactly the same. We're nature is not uniform like that. It's just not. It will never be. Trees don't grow in perfect rows, and bushes don't grow in perfect circles around the trees. It grows, it's random. And the more that we try to corporatize our lives by standardizing things and making things commercialized, so we're fact, animals are being killed in a factory and turned into fucking ground beef, and we're picking it up from the grocery store. Like, that's fucking barbaric. You can't commercialize animals. They're a fucking creature. We need them to survive, to eat, but it needs to be small operations that take care of local areas. Like, my area has a local area that does meat raising, and it's done humanely. We can't commercialize life. And that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to make, you know how McDonald's, you go there and you get French fries, you go to France, you eat McDonald's fries, they taste the same as they do in Texas. And the reason is because they've commercialized everything and made everything uniform and standardized. And that is how they're trying to make humanity and life in general. They're trying to make us all, you're in our little self-segregated little boxes, and we're all standardized in as far as the information goes. And they're lowering the bar. This whole DEI thing that they're doing, that is racist as hell. They're sitting there saying, like, oh, well, we're not going to require people to understand math or know how to read in the state of Oregon because it's bad for minorities. What are you trying to say? Are you trying to say that minorities can't read or write? Is that what you're trying to say? Because that's what it sounds like you're trying to say. I think that the bar should be where the bar is. And then regardless of what color you are or what gender you choose to be this week, you strive to meet this, like, this thing, and the fittest, the survival of the fittest. If you are capable, no matter what you look like, of achieving this great thing, then you should get the job. You should get the accolades. It doesn't matter what you look like. If you achieve the thing, you should get the thing. But we shouldn't lower the bar so that we all, so that everybody meets this, like, not everybody is meant to do everything, you know? It's just not meant to be that way. Ruby, if you can't tell what my pronouns are just by looking at me, there's something wrong with the world. So I think Jesus existed. I think Jesus was a really awesome dude who had spirituality and shit like that. I think and sometimes I wonder, did he even actually exist, because of the fact that so many things about Jesus align with metaphysical stuff. Like, your spine has 33 thingies, and that's exactly the age of Jesus. And then, like, the death and the reawakening of Jesus is also significant in the spinal fluid and like how it, like, goes from the brain to the pineal gland and, like, stuff like that. So there's, like, a lot of things about our bodies that align perfectly with the literal man. So I think that sometimes maybe Jesus was more of what is it, an allegory for something that's actually within our own selves. But either way, the teachings of Jesus are extremely important for all of us to take heed, because regardless, the idea of Jesus was an ascended master. He was a person who really had this shit figured out. And so we all could take by just implementing some type of Christ-like behavior into our lives, we can all be better people and be better, a net positive for society on the whole. That being said, you know, like, I'm not a Christian, but I 100% believe in God. I 100% feel a very strong spiritual connection to nature and God, and I believe that because we are all of God, and like everything from trees to animals to us, we're all a different little part. We're basically, it's all just a different part of God. God is having every experience that could be experienced, the experience of a tree, the experience of plants and animals, and all, it's all being experienced. And so if you want to pray and you want to have like direct commune with God, I highly recommend going out into the middle of the woods, in the middle of nowhere, like in the middle of nature, no cell phone service, no Wi-Fi, and then you just pray while you're there. It's like, how many? Just think about, if everything is of God, how many ears directly to God? Every leaf, every fucking, you know, every mushroom, every ant, every bug is a way for God to hear your prayers. Every time I've ever done that, I get my prayer answered immediately. No, I don't really celebrate Easter. I mean, I do for like Elliot's sake, but and I mean, we have chickens, and our chickens are free range, so they like lay their eggs all over the place. So we do Easter egg hunts like basically every day or every other day. And I don't particularly want to contribute to the bullshit of buying plastic crap that is just gonna like that stringy shit, and then like, I'm not gonna why would I just give my kid a bunch of candy, you know, like that doesn't make sense. Like, so I don't really do like Easter baskets in that sense, no. Ah, yes, the devil answering prayers. That's typically what he does, is bless people with really amazing things. Oh, you guys, and on the day of this eclipse, CERN is firing up that large particle collider or whatever. So that's interesting information too. And again, on Passover, Israel is literally sacrificing a literal red cow so that they can literally create the seat of the Antichrist. At least that's what they are. That's what they're trying to do. And I mean this literally. They also have to tear down a mosque. There's like the Al Assad Mosque or something like that. They have to tear down that mosque. They have to finish building this white tower for the sacrifice. They sacrifice the white heifer on Passover, and then they build the Temple Mount. It's in the Bible, and Israel is literally doing it. Literally right now. You could ask your Alexa if you don't believe me. All right, guys, I'm going to go to bed. It's 8:45. It's my time. Yes, it is. If you're Christian or you're a Muslim, yes, it is. If you're a Christian, then in the Bible, if you are a Christian and you read the Bible, it literally says what they are doing is to bring the seat of the Antichrist. Just look it up. I mean, not necessarily that I mean, it's just weird because like Israel is one of the like the biggest spy countries out there. Anything that the United States knows, so that goes for like military information, metaphysical information, anything the Germans knew about metaphysical stuff that the United States knows now, Israel knows, because Israel and the United States are like Israel owns the United States. And so if Israel is doing something like that, like literally doing a ritual sacrifice, and they know all the things they know, like that the United States knows about like aliens and whatever, and this is what they're choosing to do, it makes you wonder like what's real and what it, you know, because like if with all the stuff that they know about like, and they're still choosing to do this, it's just very interesting information. I am going to bed right now. Melissa, damn it. I don't agree with the use of any recreational drug that causes problems in someone's life. I don't believe in the glorification of using marijuana. I don't like people that are like, hey, you want to smoke some weed together? No, I don't. I only smoke weed because I have stomach problems, and it's not something that's cool. It doesn't make me cool because I smoke weed. And like I don't like cocaine because cocaine ruins people's lives. I don't like opiates. They ruin people's lives. I don't think the glorification of any drug is great, and I don't like alcohol or anything like that either. It is 8:52. First time watching YouTube live? Cool. Welcome. All right, y'all. I'll see you in the morning on Bigo. Actually, I might be here in the morning because I need to live stream my morning time stuff too on here. Have some morning routine stuff, and I don't know. I love you guys. Damn it, Kel's here now too. Aww. Everybody's here. Right as I've been on for like 2 hours, guys. Damn it. Oh, I might be able to do both. The reason that I like to do Bigo in the morning is because I like to watch YouTube videos, and I like to listen to music and stuff like during the daytime. At night, I'm not so like whatever about that. I could carry on chatting for a while and be the, you know, without like having to listen to anything. But YouTube will make me mute stuff like that, and I gotta figure out a way around that. I know that if I do things like in a fair copyright way, which means like I can watch YouTube videos on anything I want, as long as I am stopping every so often, talking about, you know, it has to be transformative in some way. So I can't just like take their content and then like post it outright or just listen to it outright. I have to like stop it and then make commentary on it and then go back to watching it with you. And that's why I need a laptop so fucking bad, because if I could get a laptop, then I could do the thing where what other live streamers do, where you can see like the thing that we're like watching together, and then we could do like all kinds. We could watch court cases together. We could watch fucking other YouTube videos together. Like we could do all kinds of stuff, and that's what I want to do. I want to do that. That would be fun. So I can't wait to get a laptop. Oh, Joanna, have a great night. All right, guys, I'm really gonna hang up now. It's been 5 minutes of me like talking about hanging up. I'll see you guys in the morning.